Media. Welcome to the channel. Today we're just going to be doing a let's chat, kind of just talking amongst ourselves, going over anything you want to go over. If you or come in, go ahead and hit that like button. Let everybody let's help the algorithm kind of promote the channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe if you haven't already, so that way we can kind of make the channel grow. We do have other social media, or I do have social media available for Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Rumble, uh, what else? Locals, Twitch. Go ahead and if you're interested in the discussion that we have today, yeah, go ahead and head on over to those and hit subscribe to those as well. We'll just wait for everybody to get in and we can go ahead and have this discussion or have this chat and see what everybody's doing. Come on. What's up, Gatsby? Welcome in. What is going on? Why is my... this is fun. Is my phone vibrating? So how's everybody doing? He's got things going on with the family. I didn't pry. I just kind of left it be. He'll tell me if he's comfortable telling me. But since he's not going to be here, I figured I'd go ahead and record live on my channel. I know I look forward to doing this every weekend. I'm sure there's others that enjoy as well. So I'm happy to be here and chat with everybody. How's everybody's week going? Your weekend start off good? Bear with me. I'm just trying to get everything set up at the same time so I can follow along with everybody. There we go. What's up, Michael? Welcome. How's it going, Debbie? Glad to have you here. Let's see who else is in. Looks like that's all we got so far. Let's see. Gatsby said I'm thinking about selling the Counter-Strike skin so I can buy a Steam Deck when they're back in stock. Still unsure about it. I remember Michael was talking about was it pre-owned or refurbished Steam Decks you can buy from Valve. You might want to check that out. See if you can get a pretty decent price on one. I can actually look it up right now, see if there's anything available. No. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try Steam Deck for sale. So it looks like you go to steampower.com. Yeah, it looks like the 512 gig and 1 terabyte. So basically, both of the OLEDs are out of stock. Um, they're supposed to return in summer of 2025, so probably within the next few months. You can still get a 256 gig LCD. I don't know if that's something you'd be interested in. I mean, for $400 for that, or 550 or 650 for the other two OLEDs, might not be might be worth it to wait. As far as refurbs, looks like they're all currently out of stock. They're not available. It's actually, from what it looks like, it's actually cheaper on Valve than it is through Amazon. Yeah, it's $150 more. Well, I guess this thing comes with the 5-in-1 bundle for $150 more, and you get, it looks like a multi USB adapter or something like that, carry case, a cover for it. Looks like a memory stick and a controller. What else do they have available? There's a charging dock, but that's not included. Accessories. Here's one for $770. There's a white one for $1,200. All it comes with is a carrying case and a cloth. That's freaking hilarious. I don't know what the difference between the white one and the black one is. If there's a performance differences or not. I doubt it, but anything's possible. The 512 gig is $600. 256 gig is $520. Wow, it's cheaper through. I'm sure that's still an LCD for the 256 gig. So yeah, I mean, you can get them online on Amazon. You're gonna pay a little bit more, but they're available. Let's see. Let me go back real quick. The Mario Kart 64 port to PC released today. Search Spaghetti Kart. It's that on GitHub. Really? Oh, Mario Kart 64. Okay, so the older game. I got you. That makes sense. It's for Windows and Linux / Steam Deck. Cool. The refurbished sell out fast. I got mad this week because within 20 minutes they sold out the 512 OLED. Really? That's insane. There should be a wait list or something, so then that way you're able to get one, but you have to wait a certain amount of time instead of having to wait for it to become available just for it to be taken out from underneath you. That just doesn't seem cool to me. Within 20 minutes of posting that the refurbs were back in stock. Hey Zesty, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, you missed us last week. You weren't here. We were all here. We even did a F as in Frank, and I think no, we didn't do a Thursday show this week. 1 terabyte OLED refurb is IIRC 520. One thing to be aware of, Gatsby, is 1 terabyte models have matte glass. 512 and 256 have glossy glass. I hate the matte screens. They make the colors duller and hurt my eyes, but it's more premium, so they use that for the 1 terabyte models. The white one and the smoked gray with orange accents were limited editions. Okay, so that makes sense why it's more expensive. All right, looks like everybody's still coming in. That's how they did it with Steam Deck. Was new in 2022. You had to register and be put into a wait list and had X amount of days to buy, or they boot you off the queue. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I know. When I was working at GameStop, they had refurbs there, and granted, it's GameStop, and their refurbs aren't as good. Not as well or good quality, I guess. The technicians that work on them aren't as great. But yeah, I guess you can also find all that information on the websites. They tell you all about the details of the differences. You can kind of also or check out reviews, what some people might say, kind of like what Michael was saying. He does prefer the matte screen because of certain reasons. Yeah, there's pros and cons to everything, so just whatever works best for you. Sorry I missed you, but when we get a gig, I gotta perform. You gotta perform. What do you do? What do you mean perform? Like music or stage acting or what? But yeah, GameStop, when they had the Steam Decks, they sold the refurbished ones. They didn't last long, and I know at least one that somebody had bought, because I think it was an employee that had bought it, ended up taking it back because it didn't work properly. So there's that. I know they don't sell them firsthand because whatever reason, but they will take in pre-owned ones and sell them. Zesty says she doesn't like the matte screens either or two, but what do I know? GameStop, it just depends on the location. If the managers give a hoot, if they curate what they accept as used. Yeah, that's kind of true. There's definitely room for leniency. However, when you take a used one in, typically when I was working there, we'd send it off to GameStop warehouse, and then it's all done over the computer, over the inventory catalog thing. So they'll call for certain things to be back or put back, or sent back. So we'd send it back to the warehouse for them to then refurbish it and whatnot. If it's used, or certain items, you just put them back on the shelf. Right? No, I take that back. That's not true. We would get pre-owned back, but the ones that we took in, we'd send all those back, and then they'd send it back to us once it's been refurbished. I believe. God, it's been a couple years, so I don't remember exactly, but okay, you're a vocalist. Cool. So you do sing. You don't put it out on YouTube, huh? God, if I had a talent like that, I would. I'd be afraid to sing. I'd freaking embarrass myself, kill everybody's ears. There's a reason Apple only uses glossy glass on all their products. It makes the picture look better, even if you get more reflections. Easier to add a matte screen protector if you really want to cut down on the reflections. Yeah, I agree with that. It's better to just get the glossy to begin with, because you can make a glossy one or glossy screen matte, but you can't make a matte screen glossy. So there's that. I'm sure you probably could. I don't know. I've never tried. I've always had, like, I've never used a screen protector on my phones, or any device. I just kind of, if it breaks, oh well, I replace it. Um, but I'm typically pretty good with them. They usually last me a few years. Hell, I still have a PSP, and the worst thing that happened with that was the battery uh, swelled up. But outside of that, the thing's still in tip top shape. You sing to your dogs and they get annoyed. Exactly. That's exactly where I'd be. All right. What else do we got? Oops. No, that's fine. Uh, Gatsby, you said I use phone insurance because my kids have broken my phone a couple of times. Yeah, kids change the picture a whole lot, because they're not going to be as careful with it as you would be, and they're more rambunctious, I'm sure, especially depending on what age they are. It's very common for PSP batteries to swell and blow up after 10 plus years. Yeah, yeah, that was the problem with mine. It swelled up and it didn't blow up, but it did swell. So I've got to replace the battery. I haven't even tried plugging it in to see if it still runs. Um, I should do that, but I don't watch or play it very often. There's really nothing on it that I would play. Um, I mean, I guess I could go back and play some God of War, but I've got the Switch, so I've been playing Legend of Zelda, uh, Breath of the Wild. Um, on the political side of things, uh, Gatsby says MAGA is coming apart at the seams. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I really think there's differences of opinion for sure, but I don't think they're. I think they're taking constructive criticism, um, and kind of like if you watch, like, I haven't seen the whole thing yet, but Tucker Carlson and uh, Ted Cruz interview. At the beginning of it, I did watch the beginning. They said that they've known each other a long time, and they're friends. So, you know, I think even with the disagreements they had through the interview, I still think they'll walk away shaking hands. Um, there are people that want to support Israel, and there's uh, definitely Republicans that don't want to go to war. So there is a difference of opinion thing there, but we'll see what happens. Uh, Zesty, you say are you drinking a Guinness? I am drinking a Guinness. Good eye. Gatsby. Michael says Gatsby, Israel Iran thing, and also them wanting to sell American land to China for short term money is going to collapse MAGA support. Yeah, if they're trying to sell uh, American land to China, I mean that's completely against what we voted for them for. Um, I would not want that. I wouldn't support that. Uh, Michael, you said PSP had a better library than DS. Well, of course. Well, I don't know about that. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of games on the PSP that I was really interested in. Um, I've got, what is it, Ghost of Sparta and Chains of Olympus for God of War. I got the one Assassin's Creed game I think that was on there, um, and I've got a few games that was ported over from the console or the PS3, I think it was. Um, like was it Midnight Club? I have. Trying to think of other games I've got on there. I think that was pretty much it. I mean, there's a couple more. I just can't remember what they are. Uh, all right. But yeah, as far as the whole Israel Iran thing, I don't really, like I said, I don't want to go to war with them. Um, I'm hoping that we don't. Uh, I'm kind of concerned if that's the route that Trump takes. Um, but as of late, I think there's got to be some reason why he would. Um, there's got to be things that we don't know that would push him that direction. Um, so I guess we'll see. I mean, I really don't. I'm not happy about supporting Israel. I'm not happy about supporting Ukraine. I think it's fights that we shouldn't be involved in my opinion. We definitely don't need to be sending money to foreign countries when we have things that we need to take care of here at home. So yeah, but yeah, I've also looked into getting a Steam Deck myself. Um, I'm still trying to get into the Steam library. Was I actually? I think I just picked up. Um, let's see if I can find, because Steam has got such a huge thing to go through. Oh wow, Mass Effect Legendary Edition is $6 right now, 90% off. Uh, where do I find my games? My library. Inventory, maybe? No, it's not inventory. Maybe under games. Okay, yeah. So I picked up Marvel Rivals, obviously because it's free. So I want to try it out. Um, Star Wars: The Old Republic. I believe I have that, but that's an online MMO. I've got Destiny 2, but that's another free game. I got Squad 22. That's also another free game. So I've got some free games that I want to try out. Try to get used to the software, or try to get used to the program. Gatsby, you said Netanyahu has been fear mongering about Iran and nukes for 30 years. He creates these conflicts to stay in power. Yeah, I can see that. See, and I'm not blind to that idea, um, or that news. So another reason why I'm not too fond with supporting Israel. I think they need to fight their own battles. They don't need to be dragging us into their conflicts that they start. Um, I'm not a. I definitely don't support their little incursions. I mean, if they want to do it, that's all on them. Let them do them. But outside of that, I'm not interested. Iran nukes will be Trump's weapons of mass destruction flop. Yeah, see, that's the thing is like I know Tulsi Gabbard has come out and said that they don't have the levels of uranium or whatever um, that would. Well, I guess it's more than they need, is what she said. It's more than what they need for the private sector, but she doesn't feel it's warrants that they're building bombs or building weapons out of it. So, I mean, if we were to go in just like in was it the war in Iraq? Um, was it Desert Storm? If we were to go in there and find out that they don't have it, just like back then, it's all been a sham. So I mean, why would without definitive proof, why would we accept it? America shouldn't. There's an old free Half-Life 2 mod called Zombie Panic source that's pretty fun. Yeah, but I think you have to have Half-Life in order to play it, right? Because you said it's just a mod. Let's see. Actually, Battlefront 2 is only $4. What else do we got? Counter-Strike 2 is free to play. Really? That might be fun. Stellar Blade came to Steam. It's $60 for Stellar Blade. Gates of Hell. What is that? OS front? Ostfront. It's $35. Night or Elden Ring Night Rain is $40, but you can get that on console as well. Hearts of Iron 4. Date Everything. Weird. Mechabellum is $15. Dune Awakening is $50. And Age of Empires 4 is $40. That would be kind of fun. I like those kind of strategy games. But we were looking up Half-Life. Looks like Half-Life 2 is $10. I think it's on the Orange Box, isn't it? So I have it on one of the consoles. It said summer sale is soon, Jimmy. Pick up Star Wars Empire at War Gold Edition. Really? Okay, now I gotta go back. I gotta check that out. At least put it on a wish list. Star Wars Empire at War. Well, it looks like it's normally $20. There we go. Added to my wish list. Well, this isn't the one I'm thinking of. No, the one I'm thinking of. Star Wars. Dang it. Wars Battleground. It's not on here. Oh, wait, yeah, it is. Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. That's the one I enjoyed. Yeah, there you go, Michael Caine. Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. I actually have that on disc. for the PC. Gatsby said, I mean, Israel is the only country to ever attack us and not be dealt with. Look up. Oh, believe me, I already know about USS Liberty. I've already seen footage about it. I think Candace Owens actually did a piece about it. Michael says Iraq War led to American losses in blood and dollar for 2 decades, and it was all based on a lie of them having weapons of mass destruction. Exactly. See, that's why I'm sorry. Fool me once, shame on you. Uh, fool me twice, shame on me. No. Uh, you can install and own or add to library mods on Steam. They host the mods directly in the Steam store. Really? My Steam Age of Empires is sick. Oh, welcome in, Pletch. Welcome in. Let's see. My Steam account. Let's see. How would I go about that? Oh, wow. Mute that. Man, it won't let me chat. There we go. Okay. There we go. Gatsby, I put the my tag in my game tag in the chat. And Michael, you're on Steam as well, aren't you? So you can, if you want, you can add me there. Steam Summer Sale usually begins around 4th of July, always right before or right after GOG does theirs. And GOG just began theirs this week. Yes, Galactic Battlegrounds. That one, oh man, I've always like whenever like was it I played it way back when it first came out or shortly after, a couple years after. And then ended up getting the PC years later and actively searched for that game again, and I still have that copy. Um, so yeah, unfortunately, both of my computers don't have disk drives, so I can't really play it unless I purchase it over Steam or something. See if it will let you add Zombie Panic as is. I think Valve released the requirement of owning a source engine game for mods that use it. Really? So Zombie Panic? I'll check it out. Zombie Panic source. Well, it says say it's free, but which you already said that. Uh, well, it's added to my library. I don't know if it's something. It says play game, but is it something that you have to have the full game title? Uh, Battlegrounds is more like a traditional RTS. Empire at War was made by the Command and Conquer Generals team, so a lot more action. Well, Battlegrounds was kind of like what's the best way to say it? Like Warcraft, Warcraft 2, probably even Warcraft 3, or like StarCraft 1 and 2. Um, it's was it just build bases, build troops, build special types of units and troops, and then you defeat the enemies, defeat the other players. So, but it was Star Wars based instead of like eh, like Age of Empires or which is another one kind of like it, um, or like StarCraft or Warcraft or anything like that. It's more Star Wars themed. Well, it is Star Wars themed. So, being a big Star Wars fan myself, it definitely and a fan of those types of games. It was definitely up my alley. Huge modding community at Empire at War, and you can install them right in Steam. Oh, cool! Very cool. They used to do it where any mods that needed to use Source Engine, you had to own at least one game that used it. Really? Very interesting. So you can basically play the game with the source game. Like this one, Zombie Panic Source. You can play it without having the game that utilized the source engine. What's up, Rob? Welcome in. Hello, everybody. I got a notice that James was online. I thought I'd check it out. Unfortunately, I'm not one of these gamer types of guys, so a lot of conversation is above my head. No worries. We've been talking about games. We've uh, dove into politics a little bit. Uh, yeah, definitely glad to have you here. Yeah, Zessy's not big in the games either. Should work. Yeah, Source used to be a lot more common, but I think the only modern games that use it commercially are Apex Legends and Titanfall. Isn't Apex Legends free? I could be wrong, but I've never played it, so I couldn't tell you for certain. Yeah, Apex Legends free. Hell, may as well hide it. I'm gonna need a bigger hard drive to be able to play any of these things. Probably have to look and see if see how much a SATA drive is. Or SSD. Sorry, not SATA. SSD. I can get 4 terabyte for $300. Get 1 terabyte for $100. That's not bad. They're coming down in price. Well, that's an HDD. That's an HDD. Buffalo external SSD. I don't know if I would trust that one. HDD SanDisk. Oh, here we go. SanDisk 2 terabyte SSD is $120. That would be freaking cool to have. Not sure how you do this anymore. I always do it from the freaking phone. So adding things to a wish list is hard to do. Well, oh well. We'll do that later. Let's see. Apex is freemium. Yep. Apex is fun, but I stopped playing or stopped when they kept adding so many characters. So I guess you don't play Fortnite then, because that's all they do is add more and more characters. What's for dinner, Rob? Rob says I made some homemade brats from scratch. I'll be having a couple of those for dinner. Nice. That sounds good. Jimmy, if you have an SD card slot, you can dump your games into that. Steam makes it easy to split your library installs across devices. Really? That's cool. Honestly, I don't know if it has. I got one of those. What do they call that? ThinkDecks. Yeah, Think Center. So I'm not sure how that works. Will you do a review of Wendy's Taki collab? It's spicy chicken sandwich with Takis. Oh, that's that thing with from Wendy's. I heard about that. Chili lime sauce and elite or I'm guessing elite cheese dip on top and chili cheese or chili lime seasoned fries. That actually sounds really good. About to make a pepper loaf sandwich. I don't know. I might checked it out. I'm in a small town, and the Wendy's just opened up earlier this week. A pickle pimento loaf. Interesting. If you get a USB 3.2 flash drive, that'll be fast enough for games too. Maybe $100 for 1 terabyte, 400 megabytes or higher. Well, the one I was just looking at, it's a SanDisk 2 terabyte portable SSD, up to 800 megabytes per second, USB-C, USB 3.2 Gen 2, updated firmware, external solid state drive. And it's only $120, normally $148. So it's not bad. That's actually not bad at all. That would be handy, especially for playing on a Steam Deck or Steam. Let's see. So pickle pepper here. Good bologna with minced into it. Interesting. My go-to Wendy's order is chili baked potato. Mine's was it the Dave's Double? Just a classic. I'm really liking those. Was it the those frosty swirls or whatever? I've been getting those quite a bit lately. Oh yeah, the external USB-C SSDs are good too. Plus, you can use it for storing channel videos too. Yeah, exactly. Especially if I'm on a PC, I can pretty much store just about anything. I may actually just get two of them because it'd be cheaper than getting one 4 terabyte. Because I think what $240 for two or $300 for a 4 terabyte. May as well just get two, um, and use one for videos, or for channel content, and then one for games, and just kind of swap over. Let's see. Michael K says, Rob, Jack banned Gatsby over a disagreement on X. Yeah, unfortunately. Gatsby says, hi, Rob. I was boys clubbed. Unfortunately, Jimmy believes in free speech, so I'm hanging around here. Yeah, I'm not really for banning people. I let people speak their piece. Even if they have a difference of opinion, I don't see the point in banning somebody. Now, if I would appreciate people to be respectful, treat me and everybody else in chat with respect. Know that nothing is personal. We're just having a conversation, sharing opinions, sharing thoughts. Outside of that, if you start taking things personal or start attacking somebody personally or trying to accuse people of something that's not true, you'll get timed out. Or if it's just repetitive, constantly, even after being timed out, you keep doing it, then the only alternative is to ban people. I don't want to. That's not my goal. My goal is to have a conversation with everybody, get everybody's opinions, share my own. Everything that I talk about on here or even on F as in Frank is all going to be just opinions, my points of view, until I can make this more of a permanent thing to allow more time. Then I'll start, I'll start digging into the nitty gritty of everything and do more research on things. And just because I have the time to do it right now, I've got a full-time job working 40 plus, so I don't have the time, especially with game streams. 4 or 5. Actually, I think I'm up to 5 nights a week now, if I'm not mistaken. I've got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night. I stream video games. So tonight, in 2 hours, I'll be going live on Twitch. And then Monday, or was it Wednesday nights, I've been doing a midweek stream. And then Friday nights I do. I just started doing Fortnite Friday, so we get on and play Fortnite on Friday nights, which is kind of cool. Gatsby was there. I got a winner or a victory on the stream, so that was kind of cool. Let's see what else. Michael says, I love Wendy's because of the Coke freestyle machines. Yes, exactly. I get 75% peach, mellow, yellow, 25% cherry. It's my favorite. I get the cherry vanilla Coke. That's my go-to. And actually, the movie theater that I like going to on Tuesdays, they have the free or Coke freestyle machines there too. So I get the cherry vanilla Coke is there as well. See, Michael Kane also says those external SSDs are pretty durable too. No moving parts like external hard drives. So if they fall or get smacked around, the external SSDs still work great. Another thing about the SSDs as opposed to the HDDs or hard disk drives or external hard disk drives, the HDD externals, when you have it plugged into a console, or I'm sure it would do the same thing on a PC. If you're playing a game right from the drive, it's putting wear and tear on that disk and that the needle inside there or the laser inside there. So I've had external HDDs stop working because of excessive use, and I think the SSDs, because of them being solid state drives, hence SSDs, it's kind of like a USB or a flash drive, so it doesn't have the moving parts, so they're more durable, as far as like moving them around, transport them around, or if they fall or anything like that. But they're also more durable for actual gameplay use. So if you're a gamer, the SSD is definitely the way to go. They're not going to burn out like an HDD will. Michael says, I only ban people being disruptive. Spammers are just getting personally nasty with others. Exactly. And that's what I try to avoid. Spammers, I'm sorry, but if you're here just to spam the chat, there's no point. You're disrupting the conversation that everybody's having, disrupting my ability to keep up with chat. It's just not necessary. If you get personally nasty with people, attacking them, personally attacking them. What else? Or just trying to cause problems. We don't need that. We're trying to have conversations. We're trying to be, respectful of each other. We're trying to have good faith conversations. Gatsby says, agree, Jimmy. Hate speech is not free speech. I wouldn't necessarily say hate speech isn't free speech. I wouldn't go that far. Hate speech is still included in free speech. However, I don't support people being rude and disrespectful to people. You're welcome to say it. You're just not welcome to interrupt that or everybody else. You're welcome to go try it somewhere else. I'm sure other channels won't take kindly to it either. So yeah, I'm not going to support it. That reminds me, Rob, Taco Bell also just added new items, a few different chicken wraps and some agua fresca drinks. I was just there yesterday. Jimmy, I like the way you have conversations with people, even though they might disagree with you. Others seem to take it very personally and seem to get a little hot under the collar. Yeah, I don't take things personally unless you kind of try to drill it in, right? If you're persistent with it and you're trying to be malicious, I'm sorry, you can't. It's like arguing with a brick wall. If their goal is only to attack, and not have a discussion or basically more of a debate style, like a transfer of ideas, then there's no point. I don't care if you disagree with me. That's fine. I mean, the only way to expand your knowledge or to grow in what you know is by learning other points of view. So that's why I don't believe in just blocking people or banning people, because I want to see their side. I want to get broaden my perspective of things. And if I'm blocking people, I'm basically limiting my what I learn. So that's why I don't agree with it. Gatsby, yeah, I clipped it. Love seeing a victory royale. Yeah, I think I saw the notification for a clip. I clipped it myself, so we'll definitely have uh, some content coming soon. I did do a review on Popeye's chicken wraps. Maybe I'll take a look at Taco Bell's also. Thank you for the heads up, Michael. I did try Pop-Tart ice cream sandwiches. Very disappointing. Really? I know Tim Pool was talking about that. He ordered a ton of freaking Pop-Tarts. I think it was just for eating Pop-Tarts, but I guess he did try out putting ice cream between them. I haven't tried it myself. I'd be kind of curious to try it. They're tiny, like fit in your palm. What are you talking about? Definitely not the Pop Tart ice cream sandwiches, unless you're talking about like some that were pre-made. What's up, Rowdy? Welcome in. No, I'm not missing much. We're just having a conversation. We're talking about Steam Deck. We're talking about some politics. Um, just having a chat session. Just chit chatting with everybody, talking about different topics and subjects. Yeah, Jack canceled on us. Um, he had personal things going on in the family, so that's fine. There's another channel for us to be able to get together and chat, so we don't have to uh, miss out completely. We don't have the back and forth with Jack, but that's all we're missing out on. They're basically cookies. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're talking about the Pop Tart sandwich, ice cream sandwiches, I mean, it's the same thing as having an ice cream cookie sandwich. Except Pop Tarts have filling now, where cookies don't. I'm partial to the blueberry Pop Tarts. Are you? Um, I've always been the chocolate fudge. I like the chocolate fudge Pop Tarts myself. I don't know why. Um, Outside of those, I think my go-to would be cherry. Um, Never been a big fan of the maple brown sugar. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not my go-to. Let's see. I knew a kid that would get plain ones and put a slice of American cheese on it and microwave it. Plain ones. Are you talking about the ones with no frosting, but still have the filling in them? I don't know if I'd put cheese on like strawberry filling or cherry filling. Ugh. You like the brown sugar and cinnamon Pop Tart? They're good, but again, like I said, it's not my go-to. If they have like was it the variety pack? They usually put that in them, and I'll still eat them. They're just not the first ones out of the box, if you know what I mean. I watched the YouTube channel freaking reviews, and he showed the size of those Pop Tart sandwiches. You're right, tiny. Now I've got to see this freaking uh, review. You have to send me a link. You guys ever eat fresh vegetables? That's funny. Um, I had a grilled chicken sandwich today. I'm surprised Chris isn't in here yet. Cheese is a real popular topping on fruit and berries, especially in Europe. Really? Oh, God. I don't know if I'd do that. I'd put cheese on like steamed broccoli. That'd be good. But on fruit? Ugh, I don't know. A grilled cheese sandwich with jelly on top of it? Yeah, see. Ugh, that'd be weird. That'd be weird. Do they make vegetable Pop Tarts? Then I might. Yeah, they're usually called Hot Pockets. I'm trying to cut out red meat. It's pretty difficult. Wait, why are you trying to cut out red meat? That's the best part for you. Loaded with protein. The body needs protein. It's fuel for the muscles. I could never cut out protein or red meat. Just couldn't do it. Poultry, maybe. Not a big fan of poultry, unless it's like eggs. I can eat. I can. I can eat a dozen eggs. Not a problem. Grilled cheese and apple butter. That might be interesting. That might be interesting. Might have to try that. Uh, well, I can understand that, Rowdy. Maybe try red meat with like a cranberry juice or my favorite pomegranate juice. They're antioxidants, so then that way it flushes your system. You get all the pros and none of the downfalls. Uh, Apples and pork together, Michael. Yes. Mm, maybe if it was candied apples and pork, that'd be kind of cool. That sounds good. Red meat can be detrimental to heart health too if you have too much. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. But again, like I said, you've got to have other things. You can't just. That's why, like, I couldn't. I mean, carnivore diet. I could see the health benefits, but at the same time, like you said, there's certain risks that you take. Um, but it will cleanse a lot of the crap that they put in our food by sticking with red meat. Uh, well, all in moderation, Zesty. You said all animal protein can cause gout. Beer too is supposedly. Yeah, all in moderation. Like I got this. Was it 22 ounce of Guinness? Yeah, there you go. 22 ounce of Guinness, and that's probably all I'll drink tonight. After this, I'll go grab a glass of lemonade, um, or a bottle of water. Uh, when they put apple in the pig's mouth. Yeah, that's. I mean, that's what kind of made me think about it. But yeah, but I'm sort of thinking like, how they do like candied ham. They put the maple syrup or whatever over top of the ham, and then cook it. Um, and then you put some like candied apples over top of that after you cook the ham. That sounds really good. Guinness doesn't count. If anything, I would think that would count more because it's a darker beer. It's got more was it more wheat in it? Uh, what are you all using? Or Rowdy, you said, what are you using all the networking switches for? They are not mine. They are not mine at all. My buddy's into um telecommunications, IT, and stuff like that. So, um, uh, try to give me a second. Uh, Trying to think of the name of the business that he works for, and you probably understand if I tell you the business. I'm actually gonna look it up on maps because I know where it's at. Actually, I think I know what it is now. What? Yep. So he works for Redwood Systems. Um, See if they tell me or all hospitality, voice, video, and data communication. Wow, that's nice. Enhanced data networks, network monitoring and content filtering, video security, hospitality solutions. Yeah, but he works for Redwood um, Systems Group. So this is equipment that they use. Oh, I got you, Zesty. Guinness is a good choice in moderation, better than crappy American beer. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of just cheap beer. It Just not a fan of it. I like something with flavor. So I tend to stick to like a Guinness is a go to. Um, I like Irish Red Death, um, Dragon's Tooth Stout, I believe. I can't remember who makes that. I know I haven't had it in a while, so that's part of the reason why. Elysian, that's right. Okay, Elysian Brewing Company. I think it's up in Oregon. Uh, yeah, it's not letting me into the freaking website. So, but yeah, Elysian makes Dragon's Tooth Stout. There's another brand that I used to drink, and they've got was it um God, I can't remember the name of it. I really can't remember. It's been a while. When I was up in the Pacific Northwest. That's what I would drink. Um, there was also Diamond Knot Brewery up in the Pacific Northwest that I really enjoyed. Trying to think of other ones I've gone to. I'm a big Sam Adams. I really enjoy Sam Adams, especially Oktoberfest. Rowdy said, "That's cool. I do some networking myself, also on SWE. See, I'm not completely familiar with all what this does. Well, I guess maybe on this side, right? Yeah, I'm not familiar with all what this does. I'm Yeah, it's all German to me. I couldn't tell you. Um, Gatsby carnivore diet seems like a diet that shouldn't be used for weight loss, but I'm not one to judge. Um, I don't think its primary purpose is for weight loss. I think its primary purpose is it's giving you what your body really needs. Um, it's got proteins, and depending on what the source of the beef is from, or uh, I mean, even poultry is a carnivore. But whatever they're fed um, will be in the meat that you get from them. Um, so you get other vitamins and nutrients from those. So it's it can't like I think weight loss is kind of like a an unintended consequence of going that through that diet, just because you're flushing all the toxins out of your system that they put in all of our food nowadays. Uh, Shinerbach, yep, has a very good flavored beer. Their red grapefruit flavored is popular during summer. I'm gonna have to give it a try. I've had Shinerbach. That was pretty good. I did Atkins diet, low carb, and did lose weight, but how to stay or how to say this regularity problems ensued. Understandable. Uh, you worry for Jack because of I'm guessing because of the carnivore diet. Ziggy, what's up, Jimmy? Welcome, Ziggy. Thanks for coming in, man. Glad to have you here. I worry for Jack's mental state. He believes in so many conspiracies like the moon landing. Wait, are you saying that he believes in the moon landing? I don't think he believes in the moon landing. Do you think? Is that your impression? I couldn't tell you for certain. I know we've discussed it, but I don't remember what his point of view was on it. I'm pretty sure he doesn't believe in the moon landing, but that's just what I get from our conversations, which it's usually on here. So whatever you guys got, my concern is that Jack gets really um, hot under the collar, I guess you could say, or really like temperamental. That's what concerns me. Um, Poor guy. uh, Ziggy, you said I really like your show since you don't censor the discussions like Jack does. You keep it real. Um, I don't want to knock on Jack, but I mean Jack has his way of doing things, and whatever he does on his channel, that's up to him. You can come over here and discuss things with me. I'm more easygoing, more laid back. I'll discuss things with you, like I always said, or I try to uh, portray is that I learn from you guys, you learn from me, hopefully, and we just kind of have a good, honest discussion with each other and try to expand what we know. You know, outside of that, um, I mean, blocking somebody should be, in my opinion, reserved for people that just don't want to have or keep in good faith. Uh, One step away from flat Earth. Um, he thinks the moon landing was faked. Well, okay. See, that's what I got from him too. Okay. Um, we've all grown up. I mean, depending on how old you are, I guess. We've all been taught about the moon landing. We've all seen the footage. I'm sure. If not, it's available on YouTube. And knowing what is out there against the moon landing makes sense. Do I know one way or the other? I don't. Does it matter? I mean, when all said and done, does it really matter? Not really. You know what I mean? Um, if we do it again, that's my goal. Is to know when we're gonna do it again, because we haven't in what, God, at least I'd say 50 years. I'd say we haven't done it or been back in 50 years, or if we have, it's nobody knows about it. It's just not as public. Yeah, he does get quite a bit mad. Like I said, he takes things to heart, or lets it get to him too easily. But again, it's his channel. We can all discuss it here. I would love to sit and have a meeting with Jack and pick his brain. I feel like I could convince him that Biden is alive, slubs weren't taken out, and the moon landing is real. Let's see. I can't say that Biden isn't alive. I can't say Biden is alive. He's not in office, so I'm happy for that. Outside of that, I just don't see a concern for him being alive or not. I don't think people are gonna take people out that have no more justification for taking them out. You know what I mean? So unless they felt he was a threat, why would they take him out? I don't think he's a threat anymore. He's literally not in the eye or public eye anymore. I think Trump being in office is the only reason why Biden's even brought up in conversation. Let's see. Celebs weren't taken out. Celebrities not taken out. I can see, like, I've seen stories of celebrities being taken, or like the stories themselves have talked about them being taken out. Now, that's all conspiracy. There's no proof to it, but it's kind of like Bigfoot, you know? There's stories of Bigfoot being real, but do you believe it? Yeah. Does it matter? Meh. You know what I mean? I'm disheartened by some of the people that have that are no longer with us, like JFK Jr., Paul Walker, River Phoenix. You know, some of those that aren't with us anymore. Heath Ledger, some good or talented people. But outside of that, I don't know. It's all conspiracy. Internet needs more of that. What? Oh, yeah. The internet definitely needs more of non-censorship. I agree. I don't see a point in censoring. I don't, outside of people being malicious to each other. But I'm also like, I'm not a big fan. Like, was it today? I read something about somebody made a comment on one of my ex posts, saying something about misinformation and stuff like that. And I'm not a big fan of the word misinformation. I think it's silly. There's information that you don't agree with, but there's truth and there's lies, and there's misinterpretation, right? People may have an opinion of the truth, and it may be that the person with the opinion might be misinterpreting the truth. Does that make it misinformation? Yeah, I guess that would be a way to describe it. But again, it's just a misinterpretation of something. Um, it's either true or it's not. It's true or it's a lie. There's misinformation is just, I think it's a silly way to describe something. Not fair to make Jimmy defend Jack. Well, I'm gonna defend Jack. You know, I don't I don't have a problem with Jack. And but I'm not gonna. I mean, if anybody has a problem with Jack in a specific manner or a specific reason, I say take it up to him. Um, I can't. How would you say it? I can't make Jack's decisions for him. You know, it's up to Jack, or between that person and Jack to come to a conclusion or um, an arrangement or a ceasefire, or I don't know how you would describe it, but it's between those two people. Um, it's I'm just the third man or the extra party. You know what I'm saying? So it's not between me. I'm the outsider, basically. You want to send Jack a laxative? I don't think that'd make a difference. Michael, you said, I mean, there was a rationale to faking it. There was a space race with Russia. Exactly. See, there's a space race with Russia, and it would be great propaganda to have them beat them. Maybe it wasn't feasible for anyone to do it back then. That's exactly the point. I mean, there is legit reasons to disbelieve some or to not believe in something that they say happened. Um, the technology wasn't there. The motive was definitely there. Um, and not coming out and um, contesting uh, these theories just was it how does that saying go? Silence is affirmation. If you choose not to talk about what the question is, or prove your uh, especially in something like the moon landing. I mean, come on, you've got to be able to defend that you went there. You know, if you can't, then you're just basically proving that you didn't, in my opinion. Um, but again, it when at the end of the day, does it really matter? Um, whether we went or we didn't, who cares? At that time, they believed that we did. It put, you know, Russia off from pursuing that race to the moon. So it worked. Even if it was fake, it worked. It did its job, served its purpose. Now, why they continue lying, if it was a lie, that's beyond me. Because now we could definitely get to the moon, especially with Elon Musk making reusable rockets. Yeah, I could see that happening. Was Jack's mom a conspiracy theorist, or what do you know of his dad? I honestly don't know his parents. Um, I know him, and I know of his brothers, but I've never met his brothers in person. So, uh, uh, Schrodinger's Biden. Not sure where you're going with that, Rowdy. Um, that's just my ignorance. Sorry. Biden was around these parts on Juneteenth. Wait, around these parts? What are you talking about? Where at? What are you talking about, Gatsby? Michael, there's more than one Biden. Sometimes they sent out the bad one, like on the debate night for laughs. You think so? I don't think they would have more than one. I would think that they, uh, for how would you say it? For less important things, they would probably substitute him for somebody else. For more important things that were more scrutinized or more, the watchful eye was there, then yeah, they they'd be less likely to get away with having somebody that wasn't him. That would make sense. Randy Quaid talked about the Star Whackers almost 20 years ago, and he got booted out of Hollywood for it. Star Whackers? Are you talking about like aliens or something? Uh, Zesty's laughing about Rowdy's comment. Rowdy, isn't it interesting that Heath Ledger was vaccinated? Was he? Was he vaccinated? I thought he died before the vaccine. Yeah, he died way before. He died in Soho, New York, in on January 22nd, 2008. That was way before the vaccine. I mean, God, the if you're talking about the COVID vaccine, I mean that rolled out at the earliest in what 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, from December 2020 to June 2023. December 14th, 2020, the first vaccine doses were administered. So, yeah, that was 12 years before. Hard to disagree. There are things that are true, and saying that they aren't true is misinformation. Rowdy, you said hard disagree. There are things that are true, and saying that they aren't true is misinformation. No, because it could still be a misinterpretation. Um, and like, okay, for example, take the moon landing, right? One would say it's true, and if I were to come and say that it's not true, I don't think, or I think it was faked. I think that it was, it never happened. That's not misinformation. That's my opinion that it didn't happen. That's not misinformation. Otherwise, nothing is real, and you can craft your own reality. No, there is truth. There is. It's just like, okay, like for example, like scientists, right? They always have theories. They always have a hypothesis of what's true. Now it's up to that person to defend their theory or their hypothesis, and then others can challenge that theory or hypothesis. Um, and that's where you start to discover what between those two is true. Jack's got a very fragile ego. He's insecure. I'll leave that one alone. I won't badmouth Jack. Um, Rowdy Huxley. Conspiracies are for dopes that want to feel like rebels and superior to people. that tell them they are wrong. I wouldn't say that. That's going too far, or that's going a bit broad, Rowdy. Conspiracies, I think, are people seeking truth or seeking more information about what is true. Um, like, I guess the biggest conspiracy is aliens, right? If you want to know if they really exist, um, you start talking about it. You start talking about stories, and that is conspiracy. Um, like I saw this or this happened or whatever, and then the conspiracy starts. By making statement, I wouldn't say is for dopes. Um, it's for people that are seeking truth outside of uh, what they've been taught or what they've learned. It matters because conspiracy theories allow dummies to feed their ego and finally be right against people they feel inferior to. I mean, I guess some people could manipulate what I was saying, and there's there could be like hidden agendas or um, uh, malice intents, I guess, which could make what you're saying correct and true. But I think the average everyday uh, concept or the general consensus, I would say that conspiracy theories are more of somebody trying to find uh, truth in something that they've experienced or um, what they've uh, or a way they perceive something. Bigfoot is definitely real, though. The national parks were enacted by Teddy Roosevelt to serve as a reservation for the Sasquatch tribe. I still don't have proof of it. So, and all the proof, it's always a creature that's too far away and out of focus that you can't really tell what exactly it is. Yeah. Until like uh, we see like somebody with clear cut footage of either being in close proximity to one or being attacked by one um, or even on the other side of the coin, friendly to one. Um, I mean, it's still questionable questionable evidence, in my opinion. Does Jack still wear diapers even though he doesn't need to? Um, I don't ever remember him wearing them, um, not to my knowledge. So you'd have to ask him. Not saying that he hasn't, because I mean, the poor guy's been through two strokes. I mean, that's not easy on anybody, but that's up to whether he wants to disclose that or if you want to ask him. That's yeah, that's information for him to disclose, not me. And I don't know either way anyway, so I don't care to ask him. Uh, if you want to deep dive on the cloning stuff, I think it was Martin Lawrence talking about it regarding Bernie Mac. Actually, I've heard as when you bring up cloning, I've heard that a lot of the beef that we consume is from cloned cows or cloned animals. I've heard that, and that's kind of fascinating. Like I've heard that. I mean, I've heard of stories. I've heard of um, people discussing it, and they may have proof. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I think Jack was talking about it to me, but I haven't really looked into it. But that would be kind of interesting. Debbie says, I think I saw Bigfoot last night after 2 bottles of, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's got to be French. Chablis? Chablis? Am I saying that right? I could be butchering it. Michael Caine says, certain VIPs, celebrities get pulled in and can have a backup clone, mostly for the purpose of always having immediate organ replacement. But if you elect to have one, the original gets a kill switch. So, Michael, have you ever seen the movie The Island with Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson? I think Michael Clark Duncan or Duncan Clark? I can't remember how the order of his name. Michael Duncan. No, Michael Clark Duncan. He was in the movie The Island. I want to say, was it Sean Bean? Yes, Sean Bean. It had Steve Buscemi. Any other big names in there? Yeah, I don't see like anybody else that stands out to me. Yeah, nobody else stands out to me. But yeah, it was a great movie on basically cloning. Debbie laughed at Zesty. What are you talking about, Zesty? What was that? Oh, Rowdy Huxley. Is there a bug on the wall? Probably over here. No, I don't. If you're talking about the stuff right here, it's for hanging things. It's not a bug. It's like a nail or a screw or something like that. How can Jack believe in Noah's Ark but not the moon landing? Well, that's easy. Noah's Ark, we've found the Ark. That's easy. And the Bible is, the Bible is true. So, that's evidence right there. Now, the moon landing, there's no physical evidence of it. Gatsby says Jack seems to be back. He is carnivore posting on Twitter. Is he really? I don't know if he might still be out doing whatever. Let me see. I don't think Jack has replied yet. Well, he did send me something on Instagram about 30 minutes ago. I agree with Dan Aykroyd's opinion on aliens. They seeded Earth and otherwise. Sorry, I didn't say who mentioned this. Michael says, I agree with Dan Aykroyd's opinion on aliens. They seeded Earth or otherwise accelerated human evolution, left and only came back to check on us after the nukes were used, decided to never return. You think so? Is that what Dan Aykroyd said? I didn't hear or watch that interview or watch him talk about that. Michael Caine also says the biggest leap forward in tech progress was humans reverse engineering the alien tech from the Roswell crash. I can believe that, to be honest. I mean, I don't have any evidence to it, so I mean, it's still just theory. But I mean, we jumped so far once the Industrial Revolution um, came to pass, um, and like, how would you say it? Like, let's see, because I don't know exactly when the Industrial Revolution started. A period of major technology or technological advancement, particularly in manufacturing, that began in Great Britain in the late 18th century. So, um, 17 late 1700s. Um, so let's just say uh, for argument's sake, the birth of the United States. So 1776 to now is what? Almost, God, next year would be 250 years of this country being alive. So in 250 years, we went from um, horse-drawn carriages and um, candle lights and all that kind of stuff, and jumped into what we have today in 250 years. And before that was pretty much the same for what, 1700 years or more, 2000 years, and then some. So I mean, it's kind of bizarre. For 200 years we went so fast, and the other 2000 plus years it was pretty close to the same. Rowdy asks asked Michael Caine, what did they find? Michael Caine said aliens. Jack, where Stampers, it's true because I believe it, and he hasn't proven it isn't to me. Gatsby said 3D printed meat. Can you really 3D print meat? That'd be interesting. Michael says, yep. Zesty says, Shably? Shably? Is that what you're talking about? That okay. The 2 bottles of Chablis. The Island and the Sixth Day are fun. Yeah, that's another thing. Another movie, The Sixth Day, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Another good movie to watch. Talking about cloning and whatnot. That's true, Rowdy, and that's or Douglas says that's true, Rowdy, and that's not misinformation either. Not sure what we're talking about there. Michael Caine, every ancient civilization references a great flood, places completely separated from having any communication with each other. Yeah. Debbie says Buzz Aldrin punched the guy in the nose. Yeah, for questioning the legitimacy of landing on the moon. He punched the guy. Michael Caine says the King Solomon stuff is interesting too, but Charles Carroll is a better YouTube source on that. Charles Carroll. I haven't seen that. I think I've seen Ian Carroll, but not Charles Carroll. I have to look that up. And I'd definitely be interested in learning more about King Solomon. That'd be kind of cool. Definitely be fascinating. The layout of King Solomon's temple matches computer circuits. King Solomon's ring or stone, Islam calls it a stone, was given by an angel to give man dominion over demons. Really? See, this is all new information for me. But it kind of runs through that whole theory that we're seeing now with was it the the subterranean stuff underneath the pyramids in Egypt. They look like giant batteries. Sorry, texting Jack. Make sure everything's good. See. Michael Caine says so. Basically, computers and AR are harnessing demonic powers. There's a theory for that. I have heard the theory for that. Michael Caine says that's why we can only use silicon for it. That's why Solomon's ring was made, or what? I'm reading this weird. That's why Solomon's ring was made from. I'm guessing you're saying that's what Solomon's ring was made from. What, from silicon? Way back then? Because I thought silicon was synthetic, like man-made. Technology has accelerated because its progress compounds on itself. Well, true. That's true. It's kind of like once you get the ball rolling, right? It's just going to keep growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, like a snowball effect, right? But the thing is, that snowball didn't start rolling until a certain time period, and then it's like that snowball was pushed, and now it's just tumbling down, and we're just getting bigger and bigger technologically. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure what you're referencing, Zesty. Michael Douglas says he was accusing Buzz of being a liar and got in his face. Yeah, exactly. He was questioning the moon landing. Rowdy, think of all the EVs those pyramid batteries could charge. I know, right? Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, imagine what they could be powering. Why? I mean, if that's the case, that they were, because the theory was that they look like a giant battery, like they're designed just like we design batteries, in cells and whatnot, right? Like it's a power source. So, what was that power source for, and what was its purpose? You know what I mean? So, um, like, is there alien technology it was powering? Is there, um, was there other purposes like spacecraft or something along those lines, um, or that train of thought? Who knows? Who knows? Rowdy says silicon is easy to dope for transistors. What? Not understand what you're trying to say there. Michael Caine says Charles was part of a comedy group called MDE. They had a hit sketch comedy show on Adult Swim, but got canceled due to endorsing Trump. Charles has a lot of interesting clips on here from his streams. You're talking about Charles Carroll, right? So I will look him up real quick. Charles Carroll. Well, it's definitely not that, the former United States Senator. Definitely not the settler or the lawyer in Annapolis. It's definitely not a school. My misspelling? Charles Carroll? No. His branding spells it Charles without the E. Take a look. Okay, here we go. He's a comedian. Well, it's not saying anything about him dying. That's a good thing. $1 Million Extreme is a comedy group he co-founded. Sandwich Cutting 101. Okay. Yeah, he's a comedian. I see him on Instagram. I see he's on YouTube. Well, that's weird. Charles Carroll feeling cute, and it's a picture of what's her name from The Last of Us in an Instagram post. That's funny. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I definitely will have to check that out later. Uh, let's see. He's an expert on occult stuff and history. MDE sucks, Michael, says Rowdy Rat. Rowdy Rat, or Michael Caine says at Rowdy Rat, World Peace had the highest ratings of any live action content on AS. Rowdy Rat says, I don't care about ratings. I'm a free thinker. Michael Caine says left hates MDE because it's explicitly right-wing comedy and very successful, and are best friends with Shane Gillis. Let's see. Anything trying to be edgy just makes me cringe. Rowdy Rat says, I still love you, Michael, though. Okay. See? Friendly banter, back and forth. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we strive for here. Let's just have fun and I don't know, converse with each other. There we go. And Jack says he's okay. So did I miss any chats? What was that other comedian that was right wing? Really famous comedian. That's him. Not looking for videos. I'm not trying to play a video while I'm streaming. Come on. We all know who. We all know of George Carlin. I'm trying to freaking remember his name. Very controversial. Yeah, this list by AI doesn't freaking help. Can't think of his name. I can picture it. Like, obviously, I see a picture of him right now, but There we go. Norm Macdonald. Controversial. Let's see. While I was looking that up. Zesty. Great stream today, Jimmy. I got to go get ready for work. Rob, if you've got a gig tonight, break a leg and bye, y'all. Have a good one, Zesty. Good luck tonight. I wouldn't say break a leg. I mean, good luck. I'm guessing it's a vocalist gig. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for stopping by, Zesty. It's good having you here. Does anyone know if Janet is okay? Michael, do you play Vidia? Is that how it's pronounced? Vidia? And Michael, you said yes. Yeah, I don't know. I know Janet's not blocked on the channel. She was timed out last week because she was being too disruptive. But she's not blocked. Balatro. I've not even heard of these. Vidia or Balatro. Not heard of these. But yeah, as far as Janet, she I'm kind of surprised she's not here. Vidya? Is it Vidya? Or is it supposed to be a Y or a J? Oh, Jack's trying to call. One sec. Almost done streaming. Let's see. Go back. We want to look this up. Vidya. Interesting. Don't know. No, I need to try it before I'll buy it. I usually don't like card video games. Oh, is that what it is? A card video game? I like Pazak in Star Wars. Yeah, same here. Pazak in Star Wars. That's like Uno mixed with blackjack. The demo is pretty good. It's almost the full game. Pazak is better than poker. Debbie says, Jimmy, show business people never say good luck because it's a superstitious thing. So they say break a leg instead. Yeah, but that just sounds like wishing somebody harm. You know what I mean? I mean, I get it. Makes sense, but still seems like you're just wishing someone harm. I mean, I guess I can understand where good luck it's like almost like if you say good luck, then they won't have good luck kind of thing. Which makes sense why they would say break a leg, because if it's kind of the opposite of having bad luck, or that's bad luck, and they say what means the opposite. Break a leg is ableist, right? What if they have no legs? That's true. That is very true. I guess it wouldn't make any sense for somebody that doesn't have any legs for them to break, right? They're already broken. They're gone. Uh, Alrighty. Anybody got any final thoughts before we call it for this evening? I know that we will be back on Monday for the open discussion. Jack will join us then, and we can kind of go over whatever. Maybe we'll just do what we typically do for the trending topics. We'll do that on Monday on open discussion instead. What else? In an hour, I'll be going live on Twitch. I can actually, if you give me one moment, I can bring that up. Banners. Show. Ooh, let me edit that. Said edit, please. Edit. Bottom. Save. And then design. There we go. Outstanding. All right. I got to kind of sit further up so I'm not being blocked. But yeah, I will be streaming live on the gaming channel tonight. We'll be playing some more Horizon Zero Dawn. Hold on one second, Gatsby. But yeah, I will be asking or playing that tonight and tomorrow and Monday. Monday at 5, I will be going on open. We'll have open discussion with Jack. What else? Next week we'll have Wednesday, the halfway or midweek gaming stream. Then next Friday for Fortnite Friday. If you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe. Help our channel grow. Share the show with everyone you know, so we can make this a bit bigger and we can do more. Outside of that, I'm available on all different media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I've got YouTube Shorts from gameplay, and on Instagram and TikTok. I'm on X. What else? If you're not watching me on Rumble, I'm there. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitch. But yeah, outside of that, anybody else got anything? Any final thoughts before we leave? Let me catch up with chat real quick. Give me my favorite. What is your favorite food? Spaghetti. I would say is probably my favorite food, even though I haven't had it in probably a year. It's kind of crazy. I do like a good steak or burger, though. Definitely some of my favorite stuff. What do I think about Janet? I won't knock on Janet. I won't. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. What do you think Jack's grandson's name will be? Honestly, I don't know. I really don't. Little doorknob Jack or doorknob Jack Scafani. They have an idea or have a name picked out from my understanding, but I don't know. Jack Jr. or Jack the Third would be kind of cool because I mean Jack and Jack or Jack Jr. and that would be the third in line, right? That'd be my guess, but that's just a safe guess, I guess. Let's see. Michael Doug Arcane says doorknob. Michael Douglas, have you started playing Expedition 33 yet? I have not. I want to play it. I really want to play that. I really want to play Stellar Blade. I want to play. I wouldn't even mind playing Doom, the new Doom: The Dark Ages. That looks kind of fun too. Let's see, Michael Douglas. That's right. We demand the Chrono Trigger playthrough. Yes, that is on my list of games to play. Chrono Trigger is $7.49 on Steam sale. I think it's been on sale for a while now. Horizon Zero Dawn kind of woke. No, I wouldn't say Horizon Zero Dawn is woke. Now, if you were to say Horizon Forbidden West, there's an argument to be made on that. But Zero Dawn, I wouldn't necessarily say that one was woke. They made Aloy uglier in the remaster of 1. I still have the. I don't think I have the remaster. I've got the Game of the Year edition. I have a CT cart that I borrowed from someone, but they died, and I kept it. A CT cart. What is a CT cart? Rowdy Rat. Did you delete their save file? Nope, and it's probably haunted. Michael says, "What if it turns out to be Jack Jr. and the third?" Yeah, see, Rowdy Rat, Lazy Man's baby name. That's pretty much right. Rowdy Rat, Stellar Blades for Gooners? No, I disagree. Disavow. Definitely looks like an awesome game. To me, it looks like the next or revolutionary as far as Dark Souls was. That's just the way that's what I get from it. But yeah, those are some games I'd love to get into. Oh, Chrono Trigger. I got you. I have a Chrono Trigger cart that I borrowed from someone. Oh, cartridge. Okay. Borrowed from someone, but they died. And you didn't delete their save file? Like, does it have more than one save file on there? Because that would suck. Because that would be a predicament. Because you can't delete it because you don't want to delete somebody's that's not with us file, right? And if there was no multiple files, I think even Zelda had multiple files, and Final Fantasy did. So I imagine Chrono Trigger did too. So yeah, I mean, keep their the save file they had the furthest progress in, and then if there was any, I guess, less progress, delete and start anew. It's got some revolutionary jiggle, if you know what I mean. Oh, well, yeah, I definitely know what you mean. Definitely know what you mean, Rowdy. But, alrighty, guys. It's been a couple hours now. I'm going to Vampire the Masquerade. Bloodlines has a cheat code that alters the size and jiggle of them depending on the numbers entered. Really? But I don't know. I saw Vampire the Masquerade, and the graphics just don't look nearly as good as, say, something like Stellar Blade. So I think I have Masquerade on PlayStation or something, some platform. Wait, you'd enter what? I mean, obviously it's a code or whatnot. Interesting. What is that for? Gunnar the Masquerade. It's from 2004. Oh, how funny. Yeah. The Masquerade. It isn't quite a bit older. But, all right, guys. I'm going to get off here so I can go grab something to eat and give Jack a call back because he was trying to call. And get prepared for the game stream in 45 minutes. A PC exclusive. Are you talking about Vampire the Masquerade? I don't know if it is. I'm almost positive I can play it on uh, on PlayStation. Um, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Wow, you have to be a certain age to get that game or to view it. That's interesting. Yeah, the graphics are definitely a lot different than they are nowadays. But I'm almost positive you can get Masquerade on console. I'll have to look it up and let y'all know later what I find. You might have had the spin-off games like Hunter the Reckoning, same universe as that. But yeah, all right, guys. I will catch you all on Monday, and if you decide to jump in and check out the gaming session tonight, I will see you there. I've already plugged everything, and thanks for everybody's support, and we'll see you next time. Take care, guys.